Good morning. Up and down the coast, from the beaches to the valleys, your morning news starts right now.
Good morning. It is 5 a.m. Thursday, July 2nd. I'm Joe Butina. Elise Martinez has the day off. We're going to kick off the morning with Julia Espinoza in the First Alert Weather Center and get a look at today's forecast. Good morning, Julia.
Hey, good Thursday morning. And once again, we're all going to be waking up to the low-level clouds. It does include the interior valleys and, of course, all alongside the coast. It's going to be a very similar start as to what we experienced yesterday morning. We are looking at those overcast conditions, mild temperatures out the door. So if you are looking out Santa Barbara, you're starting off at 58 degrees, Ventura 59, San Ynez 54 degrees, Santa Maria and Lompoc, both of you today are at 56 degrees. Now today the biggest difference will be a tad bit of a weaker onshore flow, and for that reason we are expecting slightly warmer temperatures for the interior valleys versus the coastal areas. You're going to remain pleasant, but we do have a weekend warm up. Some more details to talk about, but for now, Joe, sending it back to you.
All right, Julia, thanks so much. Now to the top headline of the morning, the coronavirus, of course. And in the last 24 hours, the United States has broken yet another grim record when it comes to new cases of COVID-19. For the first time since the pandemic began, we have seen more than 50,000 cases recorded in a single day. And as we head into the July 4th holiday weekend, 22 states, including California, are pausing or rolling back their reopening plans, and that includes our state. It means that more restaurants and more beaches will be shut down. Also this morning, with many Americans waiting hours in line to get a coronavirus test in certain places, there's growing concern about the shortage of testing capacity. Here's Megan Tavrizian.
This morning, California rolling back reopenings as new coronavirus infections explode.
Bottom line is the spread of this virus continues at a rate that is particularly concerning.
70% of the state now under new restrictions. Restaurants, wineries, and movie theaters barred from indoor business, while every single beach in LA is shut down.
I know some of us think that we're invincible, but this disease reminds us that we're not.
Up north, testing sites in the Bay Area overwhelmed. One location outside Oakland says even though they can do 500 tests per day, they had to start turning people away by noon. With nearly 250,000 cases, California is among 4 states in the country seeing record jumps in daily infections. In Texas, ICUs are reaching their limits. Just this week, Parkland Hospital in Dallas opened a 3rd ICU ward to deal with the crisis.
Just worry that what's to come 2-3 weeks from now.
And the Pentagon now saying the military is struggling to stop the spread within their ranks, with the number of sick service members more than doubling in less than a month. Meanwhile, nurses in Miami say the virus is making people sicker than before.
Patients seem to be way more critical than the first wave.
And just outside New York City, a cluster of at least 8 cases are linked to a house party, mainly young adults in their 20s. Some are facing $2,000 fines. New York's mayor now slamming the brakes on indoor dining. The decision comes as major businesses like Apple and McDonald's roll back reopening plans across the country.
And there are new restrictions on businesses in 19 counties across the state of California. It includes Santa Barbara and Ventura County.
We're trying to take activities, many activities as we can, these mixed activities, these concentrated activities, and move them outdoors, which is a way of mitigating the spread.
Now, again, the impacts of what was announced yesterday: indoor operations at restaurants, wineries, movie theaters, family entertainment centers, zoos, museums, and card rooms. Bars must also close all operations. Wine tasting rooms are also among those sectors that are impacted by the governor's order. Now, the Santa Barbara Zoo, it's all outdoors anyway, so this will remain open for all visitors. 3 years and older, you will be required to wear a mask. The new restrictions will remain in place for at least the next 3 weeks. Now, San Luis Obispo County is not on that list of 19 California counties that needed to close their indoor businesses, but the city of San Luis announced that all bars, pubs, breweries, wine tasting rooms, and a couple other businesses that sell alcohol must close temporarily. This new emergency order takes effect tomorrow at 10 p.m. and it'll run through Monday. And then starting on Monday, those businesses can reopen, but only at 25% of capacity. Restaurants are exempt from the rule. San Luis Obispo County announced a second COVID-19 related death yesterday, a 94-year-old who had battled complications with the virus for 2 weeks. The county added 31 new cases. There are now 175 active cases, 9 people hospitalized, 5 in the intensive care unit, 465 people that have recovered, and there have been a total of 642 cases. Santa Barbara County reported 268 new cases yesterday. That's a total now of over 3,164. That includes 994 at the Lompoc Federal Prison. And there have been 29 coronavirus-related deaths as well in Santa Barbara County. They say that yesterday's case count includes 113 cases from prior weeks that were not previously reported, so it's not a day-to-day count. The update did not say how many people have recovered. The county says that the more specific breakdown will be released later today. And 170 new cases were reported in Ventura County yesterday. Now 1,221 active cases, 46 deaths from the virus. 68 people are hospitalized, including 24 in the ICU. 1,829 people have recovered. There have been a total of 3,096 cases since the pandemic began. And 2 more Santa Barbara County Sheriff's custody deputies, 1 sheriff's office staff member, and a patrol deputy. They all tested positive for COVID-19 in Santa Barbara County. One of the county deputies was the custody deputy who was on leave since June 14th. The second returned to work at the county's psychiatric health facility after receiving a test that was misread as negative, however that happens, and he was sent home as soon as the error was discovered. The sheriff's office also says that 4 inmates have tested positive for COVID-19 out of the 225 that were tested. 114 had negative results. The rest are still awaiting those results to come back. And health officials are urging a nationwide mandate to wear a face covering. President Trump has showed little support for wearing a face covering in public. Here's Laura Podesta with more.
President Trump is changing his tone on face masks, saying if you're in a crowd, you should be covering up.
I'm all for masks. I think masks are good.
But he stopped short of saying they should be required nationwide. Right now, mask wearing decisions are being made on a local and state-by-state basis, like in St. Louis, Missouri.
Wear a mask if you're inside in public spaces.
The entire state of Pennsylvania.
That's one way we're going to reduce the risk of infecting other people.
And New Mexico.
I do think failure to adhere to the mandatory masks has led to where we are in large part.
In Florida, Palm Beach County's new mask order is now the subject of a lawsuit alleging it violates our constitutional and fundamental human right to privacy. Melissa Martz is one of the attorneys on the suit.
Let us use our own brains to decide what's good for us pertaining to medical care and our bodies. And this is why, where there is risk, there must be choice.
Tomorrow in South Dakota, the president and first lady will attend an early 4th of July celebration at Mount Rushmore. The governor said earlier this week on Fox News that masks will be optional.
We told those folks that have concerns that they can stay home. But those who want to come and join us will be giving out free face masks if they choose to wear one.
Governor Noem went on to say there will not be social distancing at the event.
And here in our state, Governor Gavin Newsom ordered all Californians to wear face coverings while in public or high-risk settings. He made that announcement back on June 18th. And under state law, residents who violate the new recommendation could be charged with a misdemeanor, face a potential fine, although the governor has said that a lot of the first things that people will do is just be educated about why wearing a mask is so important. President Trump wants Congress to pass another stimulus bill. In an interview with Fox Business Network, the president said that he wants to give Americans more money than the $1,200 that Democrats are already proposing for this second round. However, he does not support extending the extra $600 in unemployment payments, which will run out at the end of this month. It's 5:08 coming up. A woman in San Francisco coughs on a bartender after refusing to wear a face mask. Authorities now looking for bartenders on the prowl as well. And with LA and Ventura County beaches closed, could it drive more residents north to Santa Barbara County beaches? What the county's doing to try to prevent a big group gathering at the beach.
And it's a great time to hit the road at this hour. No traffic accidents to report. If you are heading from Santa Maria to San Luis Obispo, you're looking at an average commute drive taking 28 minutes. Drive safely. More news and weather continues after this.